Hey guys, my name is Carlos Johns-Dávila. I am an executive producer and a co-owner of Blackheart.
Hi, folks. I'm Tahji Wright, executive strategist and co-owner of Blackheart. Yeah, let's get right into it. I remember I was working full time, but it was a dead end job, and I was getting like super exhausted and working crazy hours. And I was like, bro, I need I need a break. And then you're like, well, there's Blackheart, and that's when I came on as a contractor for Colibri to help with their communications and marketing. And that was like my first, entrance to the Blackheart space. And yeah, first I'd like to say thank you, because definitely game changer, big time.
Most definitely. I thought you would definitely bring in some special sauce, throwing it back to the food industry with what we offer, and I thought it was absolutely perfect. At that time, we were looking for somebody with marketing and comm strategy, and that's exactly what you went to school for. And what I think what really like gelled us together as friends is you came from like a business background, but also an interest and love for sports, but then also always surrounded yourself with creatives. You know, you were always going to art galleries and my music composition performances, and always just like down for whatever kind of crazy immersive interactive experience there
Yeah,
there ever was.
yeah,
And I think that was just amazing because when you are working with the African American Chamber of Commerce of New Jersey, and they were interested in showcasing immersive and interactive technology, the new frontiers to Black entrepreneurs, you immediately thought of me and the association with Blackheart. And
yeah,
so like continuing this rhythm of like uplifting each other, you were like, I know a guy. I've
yeah.
seen his work. I like he can get it done. Whatever your wildest dream is, like we'll
Yeah.
execute it.
That connection was a slam dunk. I was like, oh yeah, we're doing that. And also, Blackheart's doing it again for the second year. The expo, June 13th. Keep a lookout. We'll definitely be pushing it on social medias. But I'm really excited to see what you guys are gonna come out with this year.
Last year was an interactive projection exhibit, which was like really successful in telling the story of the resiliency of Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and threading it to the mission of the chamber today. Audiences got to interact with the projections using touch. There was motion tracking also involved, and it really immersed the viewers into the history of it all, which was like magical and absolutely everything I wanted it to be. And then this year, we wanted to hone in on something that was more of a product that we could also showcase to Black business owners. And there's been a lot of interest in artificial intelligence, and really, it's on the people that are using AI that chart the way forward of how it can be used for good or it can be abused.
Yeah,
And I think under the right hands, it can be guided um, to leverage and uplift other communities that may not have had the opportunity to work um, in a firsthand experience with AI.
yeah. I mean, that's great. And I know the like application of it for the chamber is like informed in their mission and like some of their goals that they've set out for themselves. Like a lot of people in New Jersey or Black business owners in New Jersey, when we interact or communicate with them, they're like, we have an African American Chamber of Commerce in New Jersey. And we're like, yeah. And so, like, having that tool or having AI to, like, break down and show how John Harbin, the CEO of the chamber, was informed, like, Booker T. Washington and his goals and efforts to build a Black Chamber of Commerce. Um, like those connections that people don't necessarily see, the technology that you guys are working with, I think it's going to be a pretty impactful tool for the chamber. I'm excited.
Yeah, we're going to be available there to answer folks' questions because I'm sure everybody has questions around AI, how
Yeah,
it's being used, what you see the current trends are, and what the future might hold.
yeah,
Um, so we're really excited to talk about it. I think Austin Ross, who is also the experienced producer in the project, is doing a really good job with crafting the persona of the AI to relate to other Black business owners. And so it's a really cool way. I envision it that he's like script writing in a way for like a character and on a production, and he's doing a really good job because it really fine tunes the way that we're retelling history, the way that we're framing history, and the way that we want a robot artificial intelligence assistant to react to like the human query, you know? So it's really incredible work that he's doing. I've been trying to help him as much as I can kind of understand the mechanics and everything in the back end for it. Yeah. And just really letting him have full reign in actually crafting the artistry of like building this assistant.
Please join if you haven't. Get your tickets. You know, come see Blackheart. Come to the chamber.
I'm sure there's gonna be like a link in bio or something.
It'll be like here or there.
Let me ask you something. What are you most excited about now that you went from being a contractor into being an owner this last year? What are you most excited about in being one of the co-owners in a group of 9? What do you have any goals, or do you envision anything for the future of Blackheart that you want to bring up?
The agency of being able to work with like-minded organizations. Like, you don't have to, you know, take everything that comes our way, which is super, super helpful. And it means a lot to me to know that I'm using my expertise and skills to uplift other like marginalized people or people that don't have the skill set to communicate their brand in the most efficient and ethical way. But yeah. What about you? I mean, let's talk about your Blackheart experience, since you know you were with Crux before it turned into Blackheart. Let's talk about that transition, that journey. Like,
yeah. I was introduced to Crux during my grad school years at the New School, and Lauren Ruffin came in for an interview, talking to us about team building, and she introduced Crux to us at that time, which was pitched as a Black immersive led storytelling platform. And I was really taken aback by just that idea of like putting people of color at the forefront of emerging technology, because we're asking this question of like, who gets to make the new tools and who gets to invent the new thing. Every job that I've ever gotten can be traced back to the New School since moving to New York. Nice. And it's because of that network we were able to build there, which was like incredible. So once we were turning into Blackheart in the middle of the pandemic, and they asked me to join as a co-owner, I really jumped at the opportunity. I mean, this was something I've seen grow for a very long time. I've worked adjacently with them over the years, and it just felt like a great opportunity to really double down on the things that I learned from them and provide them with the expertise, knowledge, and network that I was able to provide, so we could keep doing agency work for each other.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I think I didn't get the questions. I think one of them is if we've worked on a project together. I still think if I'm looking forward to anything as a co-owner, is you and I taking the lead on a contract, which would be hilarious and so much fun.
Yeah, that would be cool. We need to get something that can span our worlds of immersive production and marketing and comms,
yeah,
social, and really do that. I don't think we've really had any opportunity yet to really like span the three services that we offer in calm, social, and immersive production to really glue that entire team together yet.
That's like our golden client. Like,
yeah,
we want the full birth of the services.
That I'm looking forward to that as well.
And then I mean, also like, well, we've chilled and we've gone to Delaware together, the jet skis, and we've also gone skiing. You're like the only person that's not from like upstate New York that I've gone skiing with. So.
Yeah, and countless times by the grill and barbecue and just like serving it up good.
Classic.
I feel like that was always important for us, especially during like the really hard times, was like, let's make sure we eat,
True.
you know, like give ourselves the nutrients and everything that can help us. Like,
yes, definitely made it through our broke college student days with the juice, the pork chops, and pisco sours.
Yeah. That's a secret. It's a secret combination.
It is a secret combo. Hopefully before the video comes out, we can like drop a recipe for like.
Yeah, Carlos's pisco sours. I love that. Limes rolled by Tahji.
Yeah. What's the most rewarding aspect of running a cooperative business?
One of the things that we investigated in grad school, I studied arts management and entrepreneurship, and we investigated the current state of the art industry and how it's different and how it's changing so much with technology and the trendsetters of today, and how they've completely reverted so many traditional aspects of arts funding. And one of those things was kind of organization and around how you distribute leadership and work to one another. And I think one of the most rewarding things about Blackheart is that this is an exemplary model of how other creative agencies can work and distribute leadership amongst a group of its constituents. And so with the cooperative model, you're able to have people that put in the sweat equity and the work and the value that they bring in, and also immediately see the rewards coming in. We have this really wellly crafted patronage model that helps the folks that are doing all the back-end work that you don't get directly paid for, like writing proposals, doing the outreach, the social media and the website upkeep and everything. That at the end of the year, we get to redistribute that and our profits, so that way we compensate each other for the amount of time that we worked on throughout the year to get us to where we are.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
That's amazing. It's an amazing reward to talk to other freelancers about it. I see like a lot of hope in their eyes when they're like, oh, agencies don't have to be bloodsuckers. This is inspiring. Like, why aren't more people doing this? I have a question. What would you tell yourself 10 years ago, knowing what you know now, being where you're at now?
10 years ago, if I look young Tahji in the face, I'd tell him that persistence is key. 10 years ago, and without the experience that I have now, I definitely got dismayed and sidetracked and second guessed myself. But you know, as I've come into the person I am today, that I've known that doing the things that I do and constantly working and honing my craft has really been the driving force of my success today. I'd like, if I could look back at him and just tell him to, like, you know, like shake his head and be like, get your shit together, and just keep doing what you're doing and things will work out.
Yeah, I would probably tell myself, like, definitely double down on your friends, because your friends are your lifelong support line. one of the things that I remember thinking like 10 years ago is like, oh my God, Jimmy John's is going to be on my resume. Like, what kind of employer is going to want a composer that worked at Jimmy John's? Like, what? Yeah. Even when I was a butcher, I was like, what? How is this even? It's helping me in the short term for now. It's sustaining me for what it can, but it's not actually adding anything impressive as like our colleagues could with like unpaid internships that they were able to take at like high-end museums or whatever. Yeah. And it's like I'm gaining this work experience, but like in the wrong direction. But I think I would tell myself 10 years from now that kind of work experience is actually valuable, because it's this, you know, it's you and me. And it really goes to show like you can do anything with the right kind of perseverance, with the right kind of attitude. If you've gone through this, you can go through anything else and be a slice of cake.
If I never worked or submitted that application to Jimmy John's, I would have never met you.
Yeah.
We wouldn't even be sitting here today. So, you know,
shout out to Jimmy John's. Huge. We would have never crossed paths.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we should hit up Jimmy John.
Jimmy John, sponsor us. No, don't. Please don't sponsor us.
Yeah, actually,